go. Ciao, Facebook friends. We are live from Roma, the Eternal City. Here we are in this beautiful Piazza Navona. Today is Wednesday, the 23rd of September. It's 6 p.m. here in Rome and in Italy, of course. What time is it like in Philadelphia? It's just noon. And in New York, it's noon. And in Tokyo, it must be like maybe 2 or 3 a.m. the next day. Thanks so much for watching. So we're going live. This is an experiment that Temple Rome is doing, right? Because we are connected with 2 cameras. One is mine and one is from Nicola over there. And we're going to walk around the streets of a part of this historical center of Rome, which means we would like to walk everywhere, but we can't because we don't have that much time. And because we want to show you what the life is right now in Rome. Is it like crowded? Are there tourists? What's going on in the restaurants, in the cafes, in the bars? Let's see. Of course, we want to give you like some historical information, but we also want to talk about Italian culture. We want to talk about what the Italian habits, some customs. Let's see what's going on. But we want you to say hi in the chat box. Tell us where you are watching this video from if you're live with us. Tell us if you have any questions. Go for it. Put in the chat box and we will try to answer your question, because here I'm not alone in this experiment. I have like a Nico on the other side of one of the 2 cameras. I'm going to be with this one. And then we have, of course, at Temple University of Rome, we have behind the scenes Emily Kravitz, who is our external relations manager at Temple University of Rome, who's going to manage all the live feed and all the streaming together with Antonio Curioso from the tech department. Okay, so we're all there, but of course, I'm not a professor in history. I'm not a licensed tour guide, so we needed a professional one who is like a Temple Rome friend. She's a friend and a Temple Rome friend. And she worked with us so many times. So some of you watching this video, some alumni, some students, maybe recognize her. Maybe, I don't know, here with us, we have Miriam.
Hi, guys.
Ciao, Miriam. How are you?
Very well.
This is good. Thank you for accepting this thing. This is an experiment for you and for us as well. We don't know from the tech point of view how's it going. It's all live, and the reason why we decided to do this live because we didn't want to make a video and edit the video, cut here and there. We wanted you to see the reality in this moment in Rome. Everything is happening because it's live and we cannot cut it. So expect everything. Also, like there are some clouds going around, so we don't know. We don't know. Miriam, I give you the stage here, but I follow you, of course, because if there are questions, we're gonna answer the question. Right. Please put the questions in the chat box. So Emily, anytime you can just come up with the questions, we'll try to answer. Okay. So we're starting. This is Piazza Navona, right?
Yeah. Microphone, please, John. Hi, guys. How are you? I'm very honored to be with you. My name is Miriam, by the way, and I'm a tour guide. I was born here in Rome some few years ago. Won't tell you when, of course. And so we're going to start here with Piazza Navona, Navona Square, built on top of an ancient Roman stadium, a Roman stadium built 2,000 years ago. And this beautiful square was embellished and restored by a pope during the, sorry, I hear something, by a pope, Innocentius X, who actually had his palace, which is right over there in front of me, that nowadays is the Brazilian embassy, okay? So that palace was built in the 17th century by Pope Innocentius X for him and actually his family. And Innocentius X had so many important artists working for him, such as Borromini and Gian Lorenzo Bernini. Right next to the church, we have on the right side we have the palace. We have a church called Saint Agnes. Church of Saint Agnes was built there because 1,700 years ago, a poor young lady, Saint Agnes, was martyred actually underneath the church where the stadium was located. And she was martyred because the emperor wanted her to marry her son, but she said, I'm sorry, I'm already promised to Jesus. So she was exposed in front of everybody nude. And it is said, story tells us that all of a sudden her hairs grows to cover her body. But anyway, she was killed in the end. And I don't know if you can see Gianni right there. You see, there's a gentleman over there taking some picture. I don't know how he had a permit to be up there, right next to the statue of Saint Agnes. I don't know who is that guy actually. Maybe he's a very important person. Who knows? So the
Well, maybe he's like, oh no, he's a priest. Or
is
no?
he?
I
No,
think he's a priest. I don't know.
Okay. Who knows? So anyway, the church, the facade was designed by Borromini, who was a great artist and also the great rivals of Gian Lorenzo Bernini. And Gian Lorenzo Bernini, I believe that you all know about him. He's the guy that designed and made that beautiful fountain, which is the Four River Fountain. Why Four River? There are 4 statues. Each statue represents a river, and each river represents a continent. Continents known back to those times, back to the 17th century. At that time, only 4 continents were known. Not Oceania, but only America, Africa, Asia, and Europe. So come with me because I'm going to show to you who are these guys. The guy right in front of me, he is the Ganges River. That means Asia. The other guy that somehow is like sustaining the structure right there, he's the Danube River. So Europe. The other side, we will see it soon. We have another guy that somehow is like a little bit scared. Like, I don't know, like he thinks that somehow the church is going to fall on him. But of course, that's not true, of course. Anyway, he represents the Nile River. The Nile River is Africa. And look how beautiful is the fountain that speaks the 3 main arts: architecture, sculpture, and somehow also a painting. So here we have Africa at the moment. America. It's the Rio de la Plata. This is America. I'm so sorry. And the other guy that we can't see his face, is covering his face. He's the Nile River. So that is Africa. Then we have an obelisk, not made in Egypt, even though we have quite a few obelisks here in Rome made in Egypt. But that one was made in Rome, but 2,000 years ago anyway. And on top of it, we have a dove with an olive branch tree. That is the coat of arms of Pope Innocentius X. So the Pope that actually commissioned to Bernini this beautiful fountain. Navona Square is very popular also for us, for local, and not only for tourists, especially during Christmas. There are many carousels here and stands. And so many things going on Christmas, especially for kids, of course. Now, we walk slowly, and we are heading to another very beautiful place called the Pantheon. But before reaching the Pantheon, we will see other important spots. For instance, in front of us, now it's under restoration actually, thank God, it's the Palace of the Senate, of the Italian Republic Senate, but it used to be the palace, the residence of the Medici family. But before going there, I want to show you something that is very typical here in Rome. In Italy. It's a liquor called limoncello. Oh, we got a bride. Wow, hey, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Wow, she's beautiful. I was talking about the limoncello. Let's go back. I was distracted by the rice.
Johnny,
Okay, maybe we have some question. Yes, go for it,
we
Emily.
have a question from Antonio. Johnny, could you tell us your skincare routine?
Okay, that's what I was showing to you. The secret of Johnny, beautiful, that's why he's such a good looking guy. It's this one.
Thank you,
Thing
Antonio.
that I was going to show to you. It's the limoncello. It's a liqueur made with the skin of the lemon. It's very strong. So that's why after a meal, you have to have just a sip of it. And then you also have the cream of limoncello, which is very tasty. And usually I recommend the cream of limoncello to ladies. It's a little bit more elegant than the limoncello itself. I believe you all know about the limoncello. So in this place, plus they sell many different like cream of melon, watermelon, chocolate cream, and kiwi cream. Very tasty. So next time when you come to Italy, don't forget, on the way from Navona Square to the Pantheon, where you see the Carabinieri, but I'm sorry, unfortunately, we cannot film them. You can have a stop here and try a limoncello. So now we continue. And I was talking about the palace here in front of us. And this palace was the residence of the Medici family. There's something going on, I think, because I see some lights and cameras, but whatever. Maybe television, because that's the seat of the Senate. Okay, più piano. I have to walk slower. That's what they are telling me. I walk too fast.
I have a question for you, though. So let's see, like now I see like a lot of tourists. I mean, not a lot like we're used to, right?
Yeah.
Because we're used to have like a lot, but I can see something more than in the past few months. Is it true? What do you think?
Yeah. No, eventually there are some tourists coming back here, especially from Europe. Unfortunately, not from US, not from South America, but from Europe, from like England, Spain, many people from Spain, tourists from Spain, from Germany, and Italians. Many Italians now are traveling within Italy. So yeah, we have some tourism. As you can see, it's even, I mean, we don't need to wear a mask while on the street, while walking on the street, as long as we maintain the distance. It's a meter distance. Meter, I think it's like few feet distance. Unless you are part of the same family, of course, you don't need to.
Right. In fact, in the States, the distance is about 6 feet, which is like almost 2 meters.
Okay.
But here in Italy, in Europe, it's just 1 meter. You can see from everywhere you go. It's like keep the distance of 1 meter, wear the mask. So basically, I see some people wearing the masks in the streets if they want, maybe because they're in the alley, narrow streets, they cannot keep the distance,
No,
or they
I think
feel
because
more comfortable.
they feel more comfortable, but just because some people are more concerned about COVID-19. But I mean, according to the law, we don't need to wear it while.
Exactly. Only if we enter a store or we enter a bar, a restaurant, a store, anything, we need to wear the mask.
But even though we are in a restaurant, once we are at our table, we don't need to use it. We don't need to wear the mask.
So you enter with the mask, but
Correct.
then like when you sit, you remove your
See,
mask,
you remove
eat,
your mask.
drink,
Correct.
whatever, and then before leaving, you put the mask back and you leave.
Correct. And tables have a certain distance between each other.
Exactly.
So restaurants are not so crowded anymore like a
Got
while
it.
ago.
I got it. There's also like I know that now they're starting again with the some of the what do you call it, like in the stadium, like the games of the stadium. Of course, the stadiums are closed. All the games, soccer games and everything are just closed door, like no audience. But I heard that maybe soon they're starting with like a small quantity, like like a few people, like a kind of like 1,000. Imagine like a big stadium is like 50, 60, 70,000. But instead, they're starting with 1,000, even for the tennis or for the soccer, which is a great thing to start again, right? What do you think?
Yeah, we are
Slowly.
slowly, but we are starting again because thank God at the moment the situation of the COVID-19 is stable in Italy. So thank God.
And when we say that, we say like today, which is, of course, the 23rd of September, and it's 6 p.m. I want to make sure that this video, whenever you watch, whenever you watch, and we thought the 23rd, just saying. Emily, if we have any questions for us from the chat box, Moya will move on. Okay. Miriam, should we move like towards the... Yeah, let's go.
Now we have to cross the road. Now, how does it work here? Yeah, very easy. But usually on the crosswalk, you make sure that no cars are coming or not driving too fast, and then you just close your eyes and you go, because otherwise cars won't stop. So now we are entering the governmental district. In fact, we have some mobile poles right here. Look, Johnny, some mobile poles here. This one's here. There's also an S. I don't know if you can take the S here on top of it. Stands for Senate. And so they are pulled down once the police cars or politicians' cars have to enter. So only them can enter in there. So
and they can only enter.
And they can only enter, yeah. Correct. And here to the right, we have the beautiful palace built, not really for the Medici family, but then purchased by the Medici family. Actually, one of our popes, Leo X, a very famous pope, lived in here, and he would pay the rent. And then he fell in love with this place. He wanted to buy it, but too much money. So he had to renounce to this place and to give it to his sister-in-law. But when his sister-in-law died, he gave it to him. He inherited the palace from his sister-in-law. And so it's a beautiful palace, very big. And here to the left, we have a church that might interest to you guys, because this church is dedicated to Saint Louis of the French. I believe that maybe this name sounds to you, Saint Louis, Missouri, Saint Louis. So it's the same Louis, was a French king back to the 13th century. And so the church is dedicated to that king, Saint Louis. Same as for the city back to US in Missouri, St. Louis. Here, in fact, we have the statue that represents St. Louis. St. Louis is holding a globe with a cross on top of it, because he participated to quite a few crusades. And that's why that's why the sword, because he was a warrior also as a king. And again, the globe with a cross on it. And by the way, one of those two palaces in here, I had a chance to visit that palace in there, where one of the noble families of Rome still live. Familia Patrizzi family. So the prince of that family was my tour guide in that palace. So some noble families still live in Rome and still own their palaces. Something curious about Rome also, when you come back here, don't forget to watch in almost every corner. We have the leader there. Gianni now is showing to you. You see the image with Our Lady. We didn't have electricity in Rome until the 18th century, more or less. So the only way to illuminate the city was to light a candle just underneath the portrait of the Virgin Mary. Rome is very much devoted to Our Lady. And that's why in each corner, almost everywhere in Rome, you can see Our Lady. And nowadays, of course, with electricity, no more candles in there. Now we are on this alley, and we are almost arriving at one of my favorite places. I shouldn't say so as a tourist guide, but we also have some favorite places. John is showing to you one of the souvenir shops where they sell almost everything. Umbrella in case it rains. You see, look at there. Poor Mona Lisa. Look, poor Mona Lisa. With a mask, with making a selfie to herself. Do you remember that lady? She's the one painted by Leonardo da Vinci. Now she's in France, Louvre. So, that's something also very curious. Let me see if this one works. Yes. Now we have a bell to ring. But this is very new. Back to ancient times, no bell to ring. So I'm not going to knock it because who knows if they will open the door here, but we used to do like this. And so somebody would open the door to us. As you can see also in the street, we don't have sidewalks because these streets are very ancient, even medieval streets. So no sidewalks. Why? Because no cars back to those times. We have another shop in there selling some leather goods because leather is, again, something very typical from Italy, especially from Florence, actually. And we also have a flag. Now John is showing to you some purses, leather purses. So again, whenever you come back here, you want to buy something for your parents, for your mom, your sister, you know where to buy. And here we have like a sports shop that it is selling mostly goods like Ferrari things. Like here you have the beautiful flag of Ferrari, and Gianni is also showing to you some purses and hats, Ferrari hats. We have also a little supermarket in here, very small and plus very expensive because it's right in the city center, like supermarkets where I am, where I live, which is a bit far from here. The locals usually don't live in here because it's very expensive to live here. Just to, yeah, Gianni.
I'm wondering all the time, like, can you walk on this San Pietrini? How is it for you? You have like comfortable shoes though.
That's right. This San Pietrini is very easy to walk. But can you imagine a lady wearing a high heel shoes? It's not very comfortable. Or a mother pushing the how you call it, the stroller? The stroller, yeah, imagine. And the poor baby jumping all the time. It's not very comfortable. But we love them. We love them. So now, not the mayor, but somebody around the mayor, they want to try to take them away, to make the roads like with asphalt, you say? But we're not very happy with that. We definitely love cobblestones. They actually, you know how we call them? San Pietrini, like little St. Peter, because the first time were put in St. Peter's Square by a Pope Sisto V during the 16th century. So from there, San Pietro, San Pietrini. So not actually cobblestone, but San Pietrini. And now prepare your eyes, your soul, because I was telling you about my favorite temple, which is now actually is a church. It's a church, but it used to be a temple built again 2,000 years ago by Agrippa. Who was Agrippa? Agrippa was the son-in-law of Augustus, the first emperor. So he decided to build this temple and to dedicate it to his father-in-law. And then was rebuilt by Hadrian, but Hadrian left the name of Agrippa on top of it. In fact, we have the inscription say, M for Marcus, Agrippa. Is in Latin, of course, so I'm translating to you. So Marcus Vipsania Agrippa, the son of Lucio, who was consul for 3 times, built me. 7th century, it was transformed into a church. And thank God, that's why it survived after so many centuries. So actually now it's a church. We have services in there, of course, but the structure is the same as 2,000 years ago. So just few things were restored, few things changed, but as you can see, all the columns, everything is original. Something very curious that many people when are in Rome ask me, Miriam, why so many holes in there? You have to imagine that after the fall of the Roman Empire, bronze, iron, or marble, everything was, I don't like to say plundered, I prefer to say recycled. So imagine that in there was a huge eagle, because eagle was the symbol of Rome. Nowadays, by the way, the symbol of Rome is a she-wolf with the 2 twins. But back to imperial time was actually an eagle. So there was a huge bronze eagle in there, fixed in there. So Middle Ages, they would need the bronze, the iron, everything was made in metal to make weapons. And so they took it down and they made some weapons. So it is possible to visit the Pantheon.
I have to say, I love to see so many people around, walking around and having lunch. Maybe this is aperitivo time, right?
It's aperitivo time.
It's aperitivo time. So Miriam, we
as you
want to
can
know,
see,
what is a typical aperitivo for the Italians?
look, I don't know if you can.
Tell me.
There are two people sitting at that table just in front of me, and I think they are having the spritz. We call it spritz, which is made with Aperol and Prosecco and a little piece of orange. Yeah.
No, I'm not saying. No. No, puoi guardare lì se vuoi. No, Miriam. I was just curious because I can see. I love Aperol spritz. I know you can make also Campari spritz.
It's on
you know what they invented in an Italian restaurant in the States? They invented the Aperol spritz, like the frozen Aperol spritz. I know your face. I know your face. I know they're doing it. It's a frozen Aperol spritz. It's Aperol spritz, but it's frozen. Like, it doesn't exist here. But I don't know.
Never heard about it. It's like pasta alfredo. Actually, in Italy or in Rome, if you go to a restaurant, especially places where local lives, like where I live, you don't have pasta alfredo on the menu or spaghetti with meatballs. It's something probably invented by some Italians who emigrated to US some years ago. But in Italy, we don't have pasta alfredo. We don't have frozen spritz. And one more very important thing that I would like to tell you, we don't make carbonara with cream. Okay? Gianni, can you confirm? Please? For us, is a big offense. Carbonara with cream. No way.
I'm going to confirm that.
Gianni, please, can you show to our friends that coffee bar, Caffè Tazzadoro, they make one of the best coffees in Rome. Guys, take a note for next time when you come here. You have a very good coffee. It's a bit thick. When you put the sugar on it, the sugar, if it's a good coffee, the sugar has to stay on the surface for a while. That means it's a good sugar. Otherwise, it's just dirty water. Yeah. And as you can see, we also have gelateria shop, gelateria. In Italian, we say gelateria here to the right. So really, if you want to have a gelato in Rome or anywhere in Italy, actually, there's no problem. Almost in every corner, in every alley, you find a gelateria. Now, where we are now, head into the Trevi Fountain, and you will see there are several restaurants in here with tables outside. So it's not dinner yet. Again, as Gianni said, this is the aperitivo time, okay? But we have some restaurants, some people are having dinner already, but for sure are not Italian. We are sure about it. Ciao, guys. Here there are some people already
Italian. I love that.
At the tables. And by the way, here to the right is one of the best. Gianni, please, can you taste one? One of the best osteria in Rome. And some are very ancient. That one, 1842. Very nice, guys. And here they are showing some mushrooms and artichokes. By the way, artichokes is also something very typical in Rome. Artichokes, very yummy, very yummy. Next time we will also make an ice cream with artichokes. Not yet, but probably somebody will invent an artichoke ice cream. Who knows? So also some souvenir shops, and that's something else that I would like to show to you. So I just wait for Gianni to come here, and then I want to show you some.
Here we go.
Look at there. Nowadays, we have supermarkets everywhere in the world, unfortunately. But when I was younger, that was the place where to go and buy, like sort of a grocery store, where you can buy actually cheese, salami, parma ham, or you can make your own sandwich. Very typical Italian products in these places. Unfortunately, nowadays, very few left. Again, nowadays, only supermarkets. Ciao, buonasera.
Ciao.
Vedi, mamma mia, buonasera, guarda.
Sei qua. Ciao, buonasera.
Pantheon, ragazzi, chi del Pantheon. Questa è mia famiglia. Quando volete.
Grazie, ciao.
This
Ciao,
guy,
ciao.
this guy is inviting us to his restaurant.
Wow.
He's
He's
also a very good
looking guy. So girls.
Okay.
Mama, I like you when you speak English.
Ciao.
That's wrong. That's wrong. Here we have
Emily,
another guy.
how's it going over there? Emily,
It's
are you
tough.
guys following the live? Is it like
Yeah, we're following. There's
That's
Daniela.
good.
We see Mary, Gail, Antonio, Barbara. So many people tuned in.
that's nice?
Oh, let's see something. Wow, yeah. A beautiful calendar, of course. He's a priest. Actually, no, he's not a priest. He's dressing like a priest, he's not a priest. But it's a beautiful calendar, the Roman calendar. You see, girls, there are many things for you here in Rome. Girls, ladies, of course, for and that's, you see, a pizza shop, a pizza place. Because something else, in Italy, we don't only have pizzeria where you sit at the restaurant, you order your pizza and it's a round pizza. But afternoon, if you are hungry and you want to have a snack, you come to these places. And in these places, in fact, they sell you a slice of pizza. All sorts of pizza. Sorry. It's live, you know.
I'm having such a good time.
Oh, here,
Miriam,
let me
this
point
is
it to
so
you.
fun.
Let me point to you something. We were talking about the Aperol Spritz. You see here on the menu? You see? Happy hours, Aperol Spritz. Oh, wow, that's €3 for Aperol Spritz here, sitting at the table.
Oh, wow.
Very cheap, very cheap, very cheap.
Can
And
we
something,
sit here,
yeah, would
Miriam,
love to. And have a
and
spritz, and then we continue.
we stop the live and we have an aperitivo right now?
Do you mind, guys?
Mind?
Then maybe we also have a dinner here. You see some typical dishes from Rome? We have spaghetti cacio e pepe. Very simple. Yeah.
So I like the fact that Miriam, if you see us not very close to each other, because otherwise there's an echo with the sound and everything. But this is time like for Italians of this time, like at 6:30, let's say 7. Italians sit at this table, they have an aperitivo. Let's explain the aperitivo, because maybe we got a drink, we got some food, right?
Yeah, for sure. Usually you pay, it depends where you are sitting,
Right.
between 5 and 10 euros. And they can, sometimes aperitivo can be also dinner, actually, because they don't serve you just the drink, but so many things to eat, like slices of pizza, potato chips, for instance,
Cheese,
cheese,
salami,
ham, salami,
yeah.
bread. Yeah,
Oh my
so
God. Your Prosecco sometimes could be part of the aperitivo, which is a light, sparkling white wine.
yeah, some people think that it's a champagne, but actually champagne is the only one produced in France, in the region of Champagne. Here in Italy, not in Italy, Prosecco. Oh, here we have one of the chefs, one of the cooks of the restaurant in front of us. You see, a typical Italian cook. Yeah! Ciao, come ti chiami? Come ti chiami? Luca. His name is Luca. So next time, if you want to come here, when you see...
Luca, I live on the second floor. I have no money.
Sorry.
Singer.
Yeah, they're singing in here. You see, we're very happy, actually.
Vai, canta.
Johnny is trying.
He was singing.
Sing, but now they're too shy.
Ciao.
In front of the camera, shy. Ciao.
Are you having like an aperitivo? Aperitivo. How is Roma? Are you having a time? Where are you guys from? Where are you guys from? England. Oh, welcome.
Oh, you see, some tourists from England.
Welcome to Rome.
They're sitting at
Ciao.
the table. Yeah.
Enjoy.
Ciao.
We got Italians. We're live. We're live on Facebook. Ciao. Where are you guys from? Holland or Poland? Holland, Amsterdam? No, where? Okay, how's Roma nowadays?
That's how we are
Perfetto?
here.
That's good. Enjoy. Ciao. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
I love it. Finally, we got some
Johnny likes to
ciao.
meet new friends. Yeah. And girlfriend. No,
We
I'm
got
going
some.
to show you. There's so many people here, so many things going around.
I see. I hear a
It's gonna
thunderstorm.
rain soon. Let me show you something very typical also from Italy. I believe that you've all heard about Pinocchio. Pinocchio is a novel written by Carlo Collodi back to the 19th century. Now I'm going to sit with him. Yeah. So next time when you come here, make sure that you sit with Pinocchio. Ciao, Pinocchio. How are you? Yay. And you're going to make a picture with him. Johnny, you want to come with me?
Sure.
Shall we take a picture together with Pinocchio? Guys, don't tell lies. Otherwise, look what happens. Your nose grows.
So I want to know.
Mm-hmm.
I know, like my microphone is muted, so you can hear me from
Miriam.
Mm-hmm.
Are
Are you guys enjoying this live session? Let us know. Just put in the chat box and let us know if you have any questions. Go for it. Put in the chat box.
Yeah.
Right? Let's move on. I know we're going to go now towards that area there, right?
Yeah.
What are we going to see?
Daniela says, "Stop, Johnny, stop stalking people."
That's Johnny.
Daniela, it's me. Like, I can't. I can't stop myself from chatting and talking to people, even like in this moment where you can't really be close to each other. You need to have a distance, but we want some
But you
interaction.
can still talk to people.
Yeah.
That's another beautiful little
Ciao, guys.
And again, as you can having
Where
a
are you guys
gelato
from?
business.
Germany.
Oh,
Hi, welcome to Rome.
Thank you.
How's the gelato?
Very good, very good.
Very good.
Vinci.
Vinci, so you can't go wrong. Ciao.
Wiedersehen, Wiedersehen.
Wiedersehen, you're right.
Here we have some other people sitting. Actually, here it's a bit more elegant, this place, more fashion, yeah, because we are not far from the house of our representatives. And so that's why here, a different in here. And let me draw your attention to that beautiful bougainville there, Johnny. Look how beautiful with the little lights. Oh my gosh. Imagine having a glass of wine in there. Very beautiful place. We have some winery stores. So take a note when you come here. You know where to buy your wine. You know where to buy your ice cream or pizza. And to my right, now John is showing to you. It's Salotto 42, the name. Salotto means living room 42. And to the right side, Gianni, right here, we have this beautiful, beautiful temple built 1,200 years ago to celebrate one of our good emperors, whose name was Hadrian. Hadrian is the same guy of the Pantheon. As you can see, the columns are original. The wall is original. And this place, that place is still in use nowadays. Oh, by the way, before we turn left, Johnny, I would like to show to our friends, if you're thirsty like me in this moment, I don't have money. Imagine me without money. You don't have your bottle of water. Where do you drink? What do you do? Okay, don't worry, because we have more than 250 of these little fountains in there. Come this side, please. Woohoo! Here, drinking water, very fresh, very good, and it's for free. Dogs usually drink from here. So how do we do? Here, careful, Gianni, careful, Nicolò. Very fresh, very good water. Woohoo! But now we're gonna have a real water. I think it's gonna rain very soon. Now we go that way. We're gonna see the place where we have a beautiful, one of the two columns in Rome. A column built, oh, here we have many cars coming. We have to be careful because, as we said before, no sidewalks in here. You see other people here at the tables having spritz. I think that most of people are drinking spritz. Almost 90% of people that are coming to Rome have a spritz in here. So I was mentioning the column of Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius was another emperor back to 1,800 years ago who conquered what is nowadays not really Germany, but Northern Europe, some German tribes. And of course, back to those times, no newspapers, no internet, no television. So how to communicate to people, how to say to people what was going on within the Roman Empire. You know, I have to be very careful here, you see. Some beautiful cars, of course. Over here, Maserati. We are very proud of Italian cars, Maserati, Ferrari, Lamborghini. But anyway, let's go back to Marcus Aurelius. So those columns or triumphal arches were carved, you know, carved with what? With the history of the military campaign of the emperors. In that case, now John is showing to you the column of Marcus Aurelius. Nowadays, it's hard to understand what is represented in there. But back to those times, for people, it was pretty easy just by watching the images to understand, you know, what emperor wanted to tell them, because they were very used to certain symbols. It's like nowadays, I always like to make an example, guys. Imagine one of my favorite artists. I used to say that he's my husband. Don't think I'm crazy. Michelangelo. Now, imagine that we show to Michelangelo the M of McDonald's. Do you think he could understand that the M belong to McDonald's? No. Probably for Michelangelo, the M is for Mary, the Virgin Mary. So why I'm saying this to you? Because that was the same for people living at that time. For them, it was very easy to understand certain symbols. For us, we have to study. Oh, and one of the best, the best store in Rome from my favorite soccer team, which is Roma. You can see AS Roma store since 1927. John is showing to you the beautiful store. And now we keep walking.
Miriam, can we walk? I mean, can we show something here at the entrance? As you can see, we're going to show you like all the rules when you enter a store. One at a time with a mask. You need to wash your hands with the gel, which is right there. And you need to keep the distance from other individual. And then, of course, here you have your gel.
Before you enter.
Exactly.
And you wear your mask.
Ciao. They're always friendly and nice, the people here at the Roma store.
Very friendly. Yeah. Actually, everywhere. Now we are crossing Via del Corso. Via del Corso, it's 1.5 kilometers. How much is it in mile? A mile, maybe. A mile of a shopping street. It's a shopping street. Not expensive shopping street. And we are entering Alberto Sordi Gallery. It's like not really a mall, because we don't have malls like in US. Actually, we have some malls, but not here in the city center, because everything, it's so historical in here. Like the palace over there with the two flags. You see the European flag and the Italian flag. That's the seat of our prime minister, and it's called Palazzo Chigi Palace. But Chigi used to be an ancient noble family from Rome. I mean, in Rome, not from Rome, sorry. So most of these palaces are very ancient. So, of course, we cannot transform them into a malls or shopping center, of course. Now, this is the place.
I just wanted to say to our people watching that always on buses, public transportation,
you have to wear the mask. Definitely. Right. Yeah, definitely.
That's the way.
Yeah. Always.
And even if you take a taxi, you need to enter.
Or even if you take a taxi, correct. A train, also in the airplane. Now, here I'm going to show you how to cross the road. Okay, guys, pay attention. I'm going to close my eyes. And so you see that the car will stop. Actually, very easy, no cars coming. But the taxi driver just stopped in here. So we're going to enter the Alberto Sordi Gallery. Alberto Sordi was a famous Roman actor. Used to make funny movies. Very, very funny guy. And he died a few years ago. And this gallery, again, it's not an art gallery. We call it Galleria Alberto Sordi M+. By the way, now we have to wear the mask, actually, to enter the gallery. So let me check for mine. Okay, I've got it. Okay, ready, guys?
No, no.
No, Gianni's not.
No.
Let's wait for Gianni.
I have the mask.
Yeah.
Here. Oops. Hold on. I'm gonna be back.
Yeah,
Okay.
me too. Okay, we are ready. Oh, I think they're gonna take also our temperature maybe now while entering. Yeah, let's wait. Gianni, tell me when we are ready. We go in there.
Emily, call me.
Oh, we can enter in the meantime. Yeah, you see they have sort of a scanner so they can take our temperature while entering. So now Nicolò goes first. He's 37 and me. Possiamo entrare? Okay, they're gonna ask if we can video filming in here. We don't know if we are allowed. Let's see.
Oh no.
By the way, while waiting, I can walk a little bit and show you, just in case they say no. I'm gonna show you this beautiful gallery here. There are more than 20 shops. Also,
Emily, can you call me again?
and it's built in 1922, more or less, if I'm not wrong. In fact, you can tell by the style that it's pretty modern and not ancient, even though it looks a little bit ancient, but this is like Liberty style. And even look at the floor. The floor is amazing, made with mosaics. The name actually used to be the Colonna Gallery. In fact, in here, Nicola will show it to you. We have the Capitol, things that are on top of the columns, because the column of Marco Aurelius is not far from here. By the way, you see this round with a fit here. That's when there is a line, when it's crowded, to maintain the distance. We have the same in supermarket. We have the same when we go to a pharmacy, everywhere, to make sure that people maintain the distance. They mark it this floor, so we know when it's our turn to move on. Also in the museum, if you visit a museum, you have to keep distances. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Okay, they allow us in here. I'm gonna take my sunglasses off, and we keep moving. I'm so sorry. I think that Johnny had some problem with his camera, but we continue. And as I was saying, I was talking about Alberto Sordi. Alberto Sordi is this guy, this Roman actor. Come here, Nicola, please. I'm going to show it to you. Here, a very famous one. Very good actor. In here, we have so many pictures of him, even books that tells us his story. You know, there was a famous Italian movie called An American in Rome. And actually, it was him. It was a very simple guy. His dream was going to America. It was to go to America, back to the 50s. Back to the 50s, the movie. And he wanted to go to US. It was his dream. And he tried to do all sorts of things to go there. In fact, one of the last things he did, he jumped on top of the Colosseum until he convinced some politicians to give him the permit, especially an American ambassador, to give him a permit to go to US. Un americano a Roma, an American to Rome. Gianni, are you here? Yeah, okay. So we continue walking. Here also there are some tables. If you come to Rome and you are tired and you need to sit, don't worry, there are places everywhere where to sit. So you can have here a wine or a snack, an aperitif, like we said before. And now we are heading to the famous and beautiful Trevi Fountain. The Trevi Fountain. Here, John is coming.
Vai, andate.
The Trevi Fountain was actually built during the 17th century. So that means 400 years ago by several popes, because a pope started, you see, they're taking the temperature here to these ladies before entering the gallery. Yeah. Wow. Oh, by the way, sorry, I just changed. I'm going to go back to the Trevi Fountain just to point it to you again. The Madonna, the leader, you see Our Lady on the corner. So when you come to Rome, you can do also sort of treasure hunting, see who finds more Madonna in Rome. So going back, now we cross again, we close our eyes because we are on a crosswalk. so cars have to stop. And talking about the Trevi Fountain, that was built during the 17th century by several popes to do what? To monumentalize an ancient aqueduct. Okay, an aqueduct built 2,000 years ago by Agrippa to bring water from outside of Rome to Rome for his private thermal baths. Okay, and
I'm just wondering, Emily,
tell me.
can you hear me? Okay, we'll move on.
Oh, so Jenny's gonna walk with me.
Hey, we're going on. We're getting very close.
Actually, I can take my mask.
Yes, we can. Yes.
Forgot.
We're getting very closer to the Trevi Fountains now. Wow. Look how beautiful here it is. Like all the people eating out. That's lovely. Ciao.
Yeah. Ciao.
Hi. I don't know. It looks like it. Are you guys enjoying like this live video? Luckily, we're not getting any rain. And we're getting now close to the Trevi.
To our last stop.
I know. Yes. This is so great. We're getting like to the Trevi Fountains. We don't need to be very close, otherwise there's an echo. But we're getting to the Trevi Fountains. We're getting like now we're entering a place because we might want to get a gelato. Do you want a gelato? Or you want?
Actually, I think I want something else. It's a special coffee called Melograno. It's espresso coffee with a scoop of ice cream, whipped cream, and a little biscuit. So when Johnny will have a gelato, I will have the Melograno coffee.
That's nice.
Very.
Nico, should we show like the?
Yeah, the Trevi Fountain. Maybe, guys, if we don't talk anymore, Johnny, can you hear the sound of the water, guys? Yeah. Isn't it just relaxing in the middle of the city center? Look how impressive is this fountain. Now we're going to see it from the front. This fountain, it was designed by, we mentioned it already, Gian Lorenzo Bernini. He was a master. He was not a master. It was a genius, a genius. And again, we are talking about 400 years ago, more or less. He designed this. Actually, sorry, I'm so wrong. Not Gian Lorenzo Bernini, Nicola Salvi. The first idea of the fountain was by Gian Lorenzo Bernini. But then it's Nicola Salvi. He's another great, great, great sculptor, okay? We have beautiful statues in there. Now, Nicola will show it to you. Okay, I will stand here.
This is beautiful.
Isn't it beautiful, guys? You see, we have quite a few statues. Right in the middle, we have ocean. The lady to the left, she represents abundance. And the one to the right, she represents health. And then you will see there are inscriptions with 3 different names, 3 different popes that have contributed to the construction of this beautiful fountain. So you know now that when you come here, guys, you have to toss the coin into the fountain in order to come back to Rome. So let me see. Unfortunately, I don't know why, but it's closed now down there. We cannot go down there. But usually it's allowed to get close to the fountain and toss your coin. And so you are sure that you will come back to Rome. Isn't it just amazing, Gianni?
It is amazing. And I think we should throw the coin.
Here.
Look how beautiful with all the people. The only thing that's different is that you cannot get there, right?
No,
Yeah.
no.
Hey, why don't we go inside your place? We're going to get the gelato and your
Johnny.
coffee.
My coffee.
Yes.
First we have a question from Benedicta.
Yes.
If we throw the
Go for it.
coins in the fountain, does it bring good luck? What happens when you throw them in?
Not really, actually. Now, the true story, let's make legend, was that now the water here comes from an ancient aqueduct called the Virgin Aqueduct, Virgin, okay? So the ancient story was that ladies that wanted to be pregnant, have a baby, should come here during full moon and drink the water. And so they could get pregnant easily. That was the story. Then there's another story that you have to toss 3 coins into the fountain. The first one to come back to Rome. The second one to find the love of your life, and the third one to get married in Rome. But actually, the third story is that actually you toss one coin in order to come back to Rome. And what happens to all those money? All the money? Money are collected once a week and are used for charity reasons. So are given by charity organizations. So when you come here and you toss your coin, you know that you are doing also something to other people actually need.
This is really great. I really should we throw coin? You have a coin?
Yeah, I don't know if I can toss the coin from here. We try.
So is there like a point now that you cannot go there? Maybe there's a point.
Do you know? I'm sure why. Maybe because usually people when they go down there, they want to take a picture.
Right.
They toss the coin, and they don't keep the distances. So here it's
Exactly.
very easy to control to make sure that people maintain the distance. While if you go there,
Right.
people get close
You know
to each
what?
other.
Let's go to the play. I know. Look at that.
We were very, very lucky, guys. Oh my goodness.
Nico, you want to show like up there? It's getting really dark.
Very dark.
Dark. Yeah.
And before we enter the beautiful place, the last Madonna in Rome, over there, you see in the corner, Nicola, please. Can you show to them? Almost in every corner you have a Madonna. That was the only way to illuminate the city. Of course, at nighttime, back to those times, until 200 years ago, it was very dangerous to walk in Rome after the sunset because it was too dark. Of course, no electricity. So now will you forgive us? But Johnny will have his ice cream and I will have my favorite Melograno coffee.
Look at
And
this.
by the way, in this place, they don't sell only gelato, but also pizza, everything. If you're hungry, oh, I have to wear my mask again. So sorry. Yeah. Where's my mask?
So the idea that we want to do is we want to show you now, like before it starts raining, I can feel the drops. We want to enter right now, like at this place, and so you just put your mask on. That's basically it. Of course, they don't want too many people at the same time, but this is not the case today. And
So
sometimes,
once you are inside and you eat, oh, it's raining.
yeah,
Let's go,
let's go.
Just in time. Buonasera.
Buonasera.
Yeah, we are here, guys. Please, Nicolo, show to them these beautiful ice creams. Banana ice cream. Oh, by the way, limoncello ice cream. Lemon, strawberry, mango, chocolate, all sorts of, gelato you want. Pistachio, that's my favorite one. You say pistachio, guys. We say pistachio. Okay? Tartufo.
Okay, so what are you gonna get, Miriam? Ciao,
You see
buon
the guys having
appetito.
pizza here. Buon appetito. And now I'm gonna ask for my Melograno coffee. Yeah. Now it's gonna show to you how you prepare the Melograno. It starts, of course, with a scoop of ice cream. Che cosa? Okay, let's see how he makes the Melograno coffee. Lo prendi tu il gelato alla nocciola? Che lo ti sta filmando? Okay, we have to wait just a second. Of course, they were not waiting for us, so this is live.
So we need to say sometimes, like when you come to these places, of course, you can sit if you want. It's really crowded. Now it's not super crowded. It started raining in Rome. Can you believe it, guys? Here we go. Look. They're making it.
No, not yet.
No. Let's see. We want to make it. So I'm going to get a gelato, I think. Guys who are watching on Facebook, what do you think? Gelato? What's your favorite gelato? What's your favorite? My favorite, I like a lot fior di latte, which a lot of people say it's not a real flavor because apparently it's just the base of the gelato, but I like it. What you get? I also like, look at that, variegato alla gianduia.
Lucio says pistachio.
Oh, pistachio, Lucia. Lucia likes pistachio.
Oh, Lucia, I also love pistachio. It's my favorite one.
Johnny, you can tell to the guy which
Okay, so piccolo,
Piccolo means small.
piccolo,
Little one.
fior di
Little
latte
cono, little cone.
e variegato alla gianduia.
Mm. Okay, now he's gonna. Let's wait a second.
Benedicta likes mint. Brava, Benedicta.
Mint for Benedicta.
Flavors for
Ooh.
everyone. Flavors for everyone.
Let me do this. Look.
Oh yeah, I forgot to do it.
Nico.
Oh, look how beautiful is Gianni's ice cream. Maybe after my coffee I will have ice cream.
Hints. Must. Go for it. Eccolo.
Okay.
Oh my God, this is piccolo. This is
It is
piccolo.
piccolo.
This is not piccolo. This is grande. Oh my God. It's beautiful.
And now also my melon coffee is ready. You see,
Oh my God.
scoop of ice cream, whipped cream, a little biscuit, and now coffee. Fresh espresso coffee. I'm so excited. Yeah, look at that. Guys, imagine when it's very hot, summertime, you definitely want to have either Melograno coffee or ice cream. But here they also make fresh fruit salads, especially summertime. Okay, so I'm gonna have now my Melograno coffee, Johnny his gelatos. Sorry.
So
Are you envying us?
at this point, can you hear me loud and clear? But
Here.
do you want to mute the metti il muto? Okay, so we muted yours. So I think we are going to, at this point, we're going to eat the gelato and things. Nico, you can go outside for the Trevi Fountain to so the people. I just want to say thank you to all the people who watched us live and the people who watch this video not live because maybe they're watching this video later on. Mm-hmm. I want to say thank you for all of you who've been with us today. Thanks a lot to Emily, Antonio, and of course Nico behind the camera. Because it's been like really, it's an experiment. If you like it, just say it. Put a like, put something in the chat box.
Next time we will make it better.
Well, next time we might have like another tour. And of course, a special thanks to Miriam Tranquilli. Miriam, thank you so much. It was really fun to have a walk with you. Maybe we're going to have another one soon, right?
Okay,
grazie. Ciao, we'll leave you with the end credits. And Nico, you can go outside with the ciao with the fountain. Ciao, ciao. Oh my God, questo è buonissimo. È veramente buono. Sì. È buonissimo, ma il tuo invece com'è? Buonissimo.
Il mio lo vuoi assaggiare?
No, non lo voglio assaggiare perché sai, non possiamo assaggiare, però...
Mannaggia, che peccato.
Peccato, però lo vedo, è molto buono. Ah, e questo qui, variegato, mamma mia. E questo, fior di letto è buonissimo.
Superbo.
Che buono.
Ci piace, buonissimo.
Senti, ma bellissimo questo tour. E adesso lo sai che sta cominciando a piovere tantissimo.
Basta.
Sta cominciando a piovere tantissimo.
E quindi che facciamo
no,
adesso?
Non fa niente. Stai lì così. No, facciamo che ci mangiamo tutto e tra un po' ci serve un ombrello. Ma lo vuoi assaggiare?
Gianni, stai attento che ti cade tutto.
Lo so.
Scusa, non sai mangiare un gelato?
È vero. È vero. No.
Ma poi ti dico.
Adesso sì. Beh, grazie.